Let's welcome Ms. Miryam the founder of the CEO, the founder and also the CEO of the Global Startups. Welcome, Miryam, on stage to share a few words with us.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here today. And I'd like to also, express my gratitude to Patrick for the invitation. I'm going to go through, not sure my presentation will come up, but I represent a company that is called Global Startups. We are an international accelerator, and what I'm going to talk here very briefly, so you guys don't have to wait for lunch, is going to be about market fit. It's one of the most important things that, I see over and over when we are speaking with startups from all over the world. Just recently, I was the CEO for Latin Startups, a Latin American-based community, which is today Global Startups. And the reason why we changed it was because, precisely we are getting international startups from all over the place and not just from Latin America. So I wanted to start this presentation with some important statistics about emerging markets because I think it's important for you guys to know the potential really, and you probably know, you are all probably from emerging markets, 86% of global consumers live in developing countries. We know that the potential is amazing. From my home region, 140 million people works in a very informal economy, which also represents a big potential. And then, R&D, what is research and development, is pretty high in what is Asia right now. And one statistic that it was also important is that by 2021, emerging markets share environmental, social, and governance product, has increased. This is important because it's kind of matching up what is happening in mature markets, and this is bringing us a new generation of products and services for the future. So as I mentioned before, in our accelerator, based here in Toronto, we are just one block from the CN Tower, so just come and visit us anytime. We serve many types of startups. And you may think that startups are just those that have a great idea in mind, but it's not just that, they are entrepreneurs. Most of these companies are expanding from their home countries. Some of these companies are already $2–3 million in revenue at home. And in portfolio, we have 2 unicorns, are those companies that, are valued right now over $1 billion. So, companies can grow in technology really, really fast, and this is what, our expertise is. But I want to point out some important things that we seem in the community to take as a lessons learned. What is the big difference for those companies that are starting up and they are not going to crash, and the companies that are really making a difference and growing up big? What is the difference between that emerging market and a mature market? So the big difference, I will say, mature markets require market intelligence, require to analyze the client profile. Many people dismiss that particular very essential point about mature markets. And the reason why many startups, don't pay attention to that, especially startups that are coming from emerging markets, is because emerging economies tend to be informal. So there is no structure, or there is very little structure, and very little regulation. So startups from emerging markets really can grow, all through different type of countries and markets because precisely they don't have that amount of regulation and structure. They don't have that amount of competition either. While, when you are talking about mature markets, there is a high level of competition. There is a high level of, expertise in different segments. So you need to know really what is your target audience in order to be successful in a mature market like, Canada, US, or Europe. And, to achieve success, you really have to master the cultural business difference. It's extremely important. So if any one of you haven't read this book, please write it down because it's kind of our Bible in our community, and it's called The Cultural Map. When you read that book, you will understand business cultural difference and how companies and people should behave in different countries depending where, what are you targeting, where are you going. So, important fact there. The next one. Not happening. Okay, this one. This one I love because, many people always ask when we're coaching startups, international startups, and hey, I'm myself an entrepreneur. I founded global startups, and I founded many other companies, and I broke many other companies. So I can tell you that I understand, when people are actually putting together businesses and when they are getting to break those businesses because, lack of support or lack of understanding of lack of a lot of things. So I passed through those failures too. I passed through a couple of successes too. But this what you see here happens over and over all the time with the startups that we have seen in our community. Why startups fail? Because of poor product market fit. The first thing that they dismiss is the market where they are going. They get very excited about, going a new country, going a new market, and they just have a friend or family there, and they think that because they have a couple of connections, they can succeed there. But it's not just that, they have dismissed the way that they are entering into that market. Of course, grow market strategies, because marketing strategies in your home country are very different from a mature market, for example. I always like to compare marketing strategies in mature markets versus emerging markets like Queen Elizabeth and Cardi B. They're very different. You have to have a very different approach, so you don't have to copy and paste one to the other. And of course, team and human resources issues. Many times, the problem with the startups tend to be like, who is in the company? Who are the co-founders? They sometimes don't talk about legal structure. They don't talk about, who they are going to hire, who is the next person that can help them. And sometimes the solo entrepreneur has to do everything and doesn't, show any interest for getting help, getting a board of directors, getting, board of advisors, people around them that can help. We have seen that problem over and over, especially in startups that are coming from emerging markets. So my question here is why this is still a thing. We all know that per statistics that startups fail for those 3 reasons, So if something for you to take away here from this presentation is a small presentation, here a small token for this amazing summit, it will be, why is that people go and make the same mistakes over and over, knowing that the company can fail on those 3 mistakes particular. So for this part, what it takes really for companies to become global, based on our experience, based on the experience that we have with companies that have been successfully going global. So here are some questions for you. What really means to you to have your business? What really means for your customers, the solution that you're bringing to the market? Are you into the infinite game? If any one of you are familiar with Simon Sinek and the Golden Globe, please read Infinite Game. It's a great book. It gives you an idea if you want to continue in the market over and over and over and competing for an infinite game. Where is your market? Your market may be not Canada. Your market may be not Asia. Your market may be Latin America. Your market may be Europe. Wherever you have your company, it doesn't mean that you have to have the market there. Have you learned from other people's failures? Please do. There are many events in the city where you can see, other startups sharing stories. We particularly in our community have something that is called Margaritas Thursday, where we have lessons learned, and you guys can come, enjoy margaritas, and hear others actually talking about, their experiences. But there is also, and sorry for the word for those that haven't heard about this event, but there's also fuck up nights, when you can hear also startups that have gone through failure, and they share also their experiences. And the last question here will be how you're going to make a difference. It's important for you to be successful in this market and not to fail and not to become another consultant and not to become another one in the market. You don't want to be in a red ocean strategy. You want to be in a blue ocean strategy. So try to look for that niche. Try to look for that essential part of your business that many other people will see and say, this is a painkiller, not a vitamin. So thank you so much. Shay Shay.
Thank you, Mariana, and thank you so much for the insightful sharing.